People don't care a bit about what you know, how much money you have, your achievements, or your cool stories. They only care about how they feel when they're around you. In psychology, this is called self-verification or self-validation. Once you understand this, you realize with horror why you actually push people away while trying to impress them, and why, despite all your efforts, you leave a faint mark on their minds. Right now, when you walk into a room or meet someone, you probably enter a race to prove yourself. You try to make the funniest joke, look for an opportunity to drop the smartest comment, or talk about your successes with fake humility while waiting for approval. But here's where it gets worse. Most people constantly talk about themselves to be impressive, and this is the most guaranteed method of social suicide. Here's the bitter truth. The more you praise yourself, the more the other person's subconscious labels you as a threat, or worse, a beggar hungry for approval. The human brain analyzes status differences in seconds. The person trying to prove themselves is always the one with the lower status, because a king doesn't feel the need to say he's the king. The more you struggle to explain yourself, the more you send this message to the person across from you. Please approve of me. Please tell me I'm enough. And this stench of neediness is more overpowering than even the most expensive perfume. It repels people instantly. But here's the dark and disturbing part that no one wants to admit. People are narcissists. Everyone is the lead actor in their own movie, and you're just an extra in their movie. When you try to impose your own script on them, you're interrupting their movie. The most impressive person is the one who makes the person across from them feel like the most important person in the world. This is not manipulation. It's a fundamental glitch in human nature. People become addicted to the person who feeds their ego, not the person who polishes their own. So, how do you turn this mechanism to your advantage? By establishing silent dominance. In a conversation, the most powerful person is not the one who talks the most, but the one who asks the most questions, because the one who asks the questions determines the direction of the conversation. The one who answers is forced to walk that path. If you want to impress people, stop narrating and start investigating like a detective. Give them the opportunity to talk about themselves. People love talking about themselves. The same neurological pleasure centers in the brain that light up when eating or making money activate when they talk about themselves. Be the supplier who gives them this pleasure. But there's a very fine line here, and most people fail at it. If you show fake interest, you look like a sycophant. The point is not to admire the person across from you, but to discover them. The fastest way to impress someone is to ask them a question with a depth no one has asked before. Everyone asks, "What do you do?" You should ask, "What excites you the most about your current job?" This small difference lights up a signal in the other person's brain. This person is different. They really see me. That's the moment you stand out from the crowd. Another destructive psychological mistake is the perfection trap. You try to look flawless to impress people. You never make mistakes. You know everything. You always stand strong. But in psychology, there's a reality called the pratfall effect, the blemishing effect. People are afraid of those who look perfect and don't trust them, because perfection is insincere and creates distance. If you really want to impress someone and have them bond with you, don't be afraid to show a small flaw. Spilling your coffee, mispronouncing a word, or telling a story of a small failure with humor. This doesn't make you weak, it makes you real and accessible. People watch gods from a distance, but they love humans. Stop being that unreachable statue. Charisma is the perfect blend of status and warmth. And most importantly, the scarcity principle. You think to impress people, you need to always be there, reply to every message instantly, and go to every invitation. However, Econ 101, if supply increases, value decreases. Someone who is always available has no value. People value what they have to struggle to obtain. Your time, your attention, and your approval must be scarce resources. If you want to impress someone, you must know how to say no sometimes, be busy sometimes, and sometimes focus on your own life and leave them out. This is not playing games. This is respecting yourself. No one respects someone who doesn't respect themselves. If you don't value your own time, you can't expect others to. In conclusion, stop being that person who walks into the room saying, "I'm here, look at me." This is a scream of insecurity. Instead, walk into the room and be the person whose attitude says, "Ah, you're here. I see you." Stop trying to be interesting. Be interested. Don't wait for your turn to speak. Truly listen. Listen not to reply, but to understand.
Someone who avoids eye contact, looks at their phone, and constantly interrupts sends the message, "You are unimportant." When you do the exact opposite, when you turn your whole body to them while they're speaking, forget your phone in your pocket, look into their eyes and wait 3 seconds and then answer, you create a hypnotic effect on that person. You make them feel like they are the only person in the world at that moment. And people never forget that feeling. They never forget the person who gave them that feeling. You.